What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Mute. Y'all doing all right? It's good to see everybody. We're going to do a little bit, go back in time to 1996. Jean Benet Ramsey, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Jean Benet Ramsey, something like that. A little girl that was unalived the day after Christmas 1996. Now, for a long, long time, everybody looked at the mom and looked at the dad and even looked at the little brother. Pushed, and I was one of them people too. So that's what we're going to talk about in a few minutes. So let's say hi to everybody, see who all we have in here. Now this is also being shown over on Tattooed Rebel also. And Cool Gamer's over there. I seen him over there. But I told him that most of you's over here. So we got Tattooed Angel, Tattooed Couple, which that was me trying to tell everybody. Summer Thunder, Messy Jessie, Rocket Queen, Cool Gamer, Justice Jane, Hippie Grandma, Penny Riddle, and See You Later. Let me tell them that we're over on.
Hey everybody!
Let me just do it like this. All right. Thank you. I know my hair's pretty. Oh, yours. All right. Take a break and go in there. I'll put you down for a minute. Go on. Lisa Hamilton. Hey, Lisa. Yeah, streaming both channels. Oh, goodness, guys. Excuse me. All right. Let's, first off, let's go read the story and get acquainted with the Jean Benet Ramsey story right quick, okay? If anybody's not acquainted with it, all right, we'll start right here, okay? That's all right. Hey, Rocket, if you can hear me, put my link in there again if you don't care. All right, let's go with this. Share screen. Go here. Hey, Evie. All right, this is the story of Jean Benet Ramsey. John Benet Ramsey, John Benet Patricia Ramsey was born August 6, 1990. She passed away. This says December 25th or 26, 1996. Uh, she passed away the night of, so somewhere between 25th and the 26th is when she passed away. Was an American child beauty queen who was killed at the age of 6 in her family's home in Boulder, Colorado. A long handwritten ransom note was found in her home. Her father, John, found the girl's body in the basement of the house about 7 hours after she had been reporting missing. First off, I understand that the parents would be upset, but 7 hours after she was reported missing. I just don't get that part. Why would it take so long to find her? Even though the letter states that we have your daughter. We have your daughter. Okay. I just want to throw that in for my say so. After she had been reported missing, she had sustained a broken skull from a blow to the head and had been strangled. A garrote was found tied around her neck. The autopsy report stated that John Benet's official cause of death was where's it at? Asphyxia by strangulation associated with cranial cerebral trauma. Her death was ruled a homicide. Yes, you're in the right spot. The case generated worldwide public and media interest, in part because her mother, Patsy Ramsey, a former beauty queen, had entered Jean Benet into a series of child beauty pageants. The crime is still considered a cold case and remains an open investigation with Boulder Police Department. Now you can go on down through here and it reads all this stuff. It usually points out. This is the ransom note, which I've got that in the other thing. But this is what it says. Mr. Ramsey, listen carefully. We're a group of individuals that represent a small foreign faction. We do respect your business, but not the country that it serves. At this time, we have your daughter in our possession. She is safe and unharmed, and if you want her to see 1997, you must follow our instructions to the letter. You will withdraw 118 million. Damn. 118,000, sorry, from your account. 100,000 will be in $100 bills and the remaining 18,000 in 20s. Make sure that you bring an adequate size attaché to the bank. When you get home, you will put the money in a brown paper bag. I will call you between 8 and 10 a.m. tomorrow to instruct you on delivery. Well, we're just now starting Tattooed Couple back. Me and Becca's going to do this together, so this is why we put it on this one together. I also do True Crime on mine, so I want it put on mine as well. That's why it's multiple channels. If we monitor you getting the money early, we might call you early to arrange an earlier delivery of the money and hence a earlier pickup of your daughter. Any deviation of my instructions will result in the immediate execution of your daughter. You will also be denied her remains for proper burial. The two gentlemen watching over your daughter do not particularly like you, so I advise you not to provoke them. Speaking to anyone about your situation, such as police, FBI, will result in your daughter being beheaded. If we catch you talking to a stray dog, she dies. If you alert bank authorities, she dies. If the money is in any way marked, tampered with, she dies. Thank you, Pat Gaines. You will be scanned for electronic devices, and if any are found, she dies. You can try to deceive us, but be warned that we are familiar with law enforcement countermeasures and tactics. You stand a 99% chance of killing your daughter if you try to outsmart us. Follow our instructions and you stand a 100% chance of getting her back. You and your family are under constant scrutiny as well as the authorities. Don't try to grow a brain, John. You are not the only fat cat around, so don't think that killing will be difficult. Don't underestimate us, John. Use that good southern common sense of yours. It's up to you now, John. Victory. SBTC. I always wondered what that was. But, let's see. I want to see if it says, has the suspects. It usually does. Watch this and of course not have them. Okay, so that didn't have them. Hey, Tutti Frutti. Alright, so I'm going to bring up the stuff that I do have. If I can find it. Give me just a second. It's coming up. All right, let's go here. What's up, Dakota? All right, babe. While I'm looking for this, you go ahead and talk. I'll mute.
I'm afraid to say anything, afraid it might echo. Hey, everybody. Okay, I'm going to go by the people on the Tattooed Couple because hey, everybody on Tattooed Rebels, it's hard to keep track. But the only reason that he's sharing it on Tattooed Rebel is because it's true crime. So that's the only reason. So that's why we tell most, people can stay on Tattooed Rebels. That's fine, but that's why we try to tell a lot of people to come over on chat over here. But they can stay wherever. It doesn't matter. Let me go in here and say hellos. Let's try to say hellos to everybody. If I miss you, I apologize. I just want to say hellos to everybody on Tattooed Rebels. I want to say what I can see on the chat of the Tattooed Couples. Hello, Missy Jessie. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing good. Hello, Miss Rocket Queen. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Let's see. Hello, Justice Shane. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, darling. Greetings from Buffalo Mountain, Tennessee. Hello, Hippie Grandma. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Disclaimer is spelt wrong. Shh. Disclaimer spelt wrong, babe. Thank you so much, Justice Jane, honey. Hello, Miss Evie. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Miss Pat. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good, darling. Hello, Mama Shell Bell. Good to see you. Yes, you're in the right place. You can stay on either channel. He just decided because it is a true crime story to share it on his Tattooed Rebel page. Yes, you're in the right place, honey. You can stay on either one because we're...
She decided, not me.
Really? It's a true crime story. And it's something that I asked for him to talk about. And then now it's a big old break in the case. It's crazy. Because I asked him to talk about it Sunday when he said, is there any topics that somebody wants to talk about? And I was one of them that asked about this. I did not know it was going to be a break in the case. Let's see. Hello, Tutti Frutti. Good to see you. Hello, Miss Pat. Good to see you. And Mama Shelbell. I think I already said that, but it's good to see all of you guys. Hope you are doing well. Hello, Country Bulldog. Good to see you, darling. Hope you're doing good. Tutti Frutti. I love y'all too. Good to see you all. Thank you guys so much for being in here. Make sure you guys hit that like wherever y'all are at. If y'all are on Rebels, hit the like. If y'all haven't subbed up, if y'all are ever here on Tattoo Couple, hit the like. If y'all haven't subbed up, please hit the sub. Whichever channel y'all are on, hit the like, hit the sub. If y'all are on Tattooed Rebels, you can become a member. You can join and become a member now, a free bird. If you want to, you're more than welcome. But we don't call each other subs. I mean, you have to, in YouTube's eyes, you have to sub up in order to, show YouTube that you're subbed up. But to us, your family. So please hit that sub up if you haven't, and hit that like, and let people know that you're part of our Rebel Angel or Freebird family, however you want to do it. The Rebel Angel family. Aw, Rocket Queen. I hope everything's going good, darling. I sent you a message. I don't know if you've seen it. Just checking in on you, sweetheart. Don't work too hard, darling. Just message me later if you can. I love you. All right, I know that I stay muted because of the loud background noise and the echo. And we tried to test the waters earlier with a headset and it didn't work out. So I'm going to go back to mute and just let Rebel talk, and then I'll do my point of view. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure y'all smash that like wherever y'all are at and hit that subscribe.
All right, guys. Now, let me bring this up. Woke up today to news of Gary Oliver, whatever, however you pronounce that name. This man right here. Gary Oliver continues to detail his sick obsession with late pageant queen JonBenet Ramsey from behind prison bars. The convicted sex offender was sentenced to serve 10 years at Lyman Correctional Facility in Colorado after being found guilty of possession of child abuse materials. Over 300 photos of Ramsey were also discovered in his phone following his arrest. Throughout his lengthy prison sentence, Oliver confessed to killing the late 6-year-old who was brutally murdered by means of strangulation in 1996. In a series of letters to a former high school student, classmate Michael Vale, often including bizarre poems and drawings with his written correspondence. One such poem was written below a picture of the Colorado mountains. It is not only referenced Ramsey's parents, who were initially suspects in her murder, but also mentioned Susan Chase, who was raped and beaten to death only a few months before Ramsey's body was found. Patty Ramsey smashed her head. Daddy made sure. Now this is the poem. So this could only be done by somebody that was actually there, it seems like to me now. Y'all can go by what you hear and come up with your own conclusion. Patty Ramsey smashed her head. John Ramsey made sure she was dead, the poem read. Patty Ramsey wrote the note while Daddy Ramsey held her throat. They decided they must save face, so they paid the Boulder police to bludgeon Susan Chase. Sound like he was at both. Another letter referenced to his depraved love for the tragically murdered little girl alongside a sketch of her. You split me, tore my heart open, and filled me with love. You poured your spirit into me. I knew you as myself, he wrote. My eyes are radiant with your spirit, my nostrils filled with your fragrance. My ears delight in your music. Blessed are the people who planted on your earth, in your garden, who grow as your trees and flowers grow, who transform their darkness to light. Their roots plunge into darkness, their faces turn toward the light. The message continued. There is infinite space in your garden. All people are welcome here. All they need to do is enter. I love you, JonBenet, he added near the end of the letter. It would be worth it to take the blame for you. As OKI previously reported, Vale claimed Oliver has confessed to Ramsey's murder in more than a dozen letters, but even more compelling was his recollection of the distraught Oliver calling him December 26, 1996, and telling him that he had hurt a little girl. Although Vale did not immediately hear back from the Boulder police, it was later reported Oliver attended a candlelight vigil for Ramsey following her murder. The Sun reported in content of the disturbing letters and poems written by Oliver. All right, and somewhere in here, let me find it, is this gentleman at the vigil. Just a minute. This is the Sun reporting. And I'll go with the video first, the little audio first. Okay. Put a 1 in chat if you can hear the audio. It's going to take a minute, guys.
If you are type 2 and metformin, well, check your feet and legs for these two things that
I'm getting letters from 2016 on, and I'm not getting the facts that I want. And I'm like, there's got to be a way I can talk to Gary. And I don't want to go to the prison, but I found a way that he could call me. So we figured out a way to call. And pretty soon I start getting prison phone calls from Gary. And I'm like, Gary, I'm recording this call.
Thank you, officer.
Is that okay? And then he'd say okay, and I start recording. So I recorded these prison interview calls in an attempt to try to find out what happened the night of December 25th to December 26, 1996. I wanted to know the details, and in those letters and in those phone calls are some of the most disturbing things that I don't feel comfortable telling the public, the general public.
So this guy's got proof of this Oliver. Okay. A suspect in the unsolved killing of Jean-Benet Ramsey had ties to a property just 13 houses away from her family at the time of the murder and was spotted at a candlelit vigil for the girl carrying a sealed envelope. Gary Oliver, a convicted pedophile who is currently in prison, was for years considered a suspect in the murder of 6-year-old Jean-Benet Ramsey. Okay, but he confessed to his friend, and his friend called the Boulder police, yet they didn't follow up. Why not? Who was found, bound, beaten, and strangled to death in the basement of her family's Boulder, Colorado home on December 26, 1996. This is the man that done it. If he's confessed, that don't mean he done it. He may have, but he is also a convicted pedophile. And this is little Jean-Benet Ramsey. Now this is Gary Oliver at the vigil for Jean-Benet Ramsey on the 1-year anniversary of her death. Amber, she's over on Tattooed Couple. She can't see you, I don't think. I don't think the parents done it if this man's confessed to it. That's just my opinion. But everybody has their opinion. The 59-year-old has previously admitted to having an obsession with the slain child beauty pageant and has authored a series of confession letters from prison claiming to have killed her by accident. Oliver has been charged in the case, has never been charged in the case. His DNA was tested in the early 2000s, but it's believed he was not found to be a match for the DNA found at the crime scene. Now, however, one of his former high school classmates, Michael Bell, is urging Boulder PD investigators to take a second look at Oliver and what he seems to be the stark circumstantial evidence tying him to the crime. At the time of JonBenét's murder, Oliver was a homeless man and sleeping on the streets of Boulder. He was known to frequent the University of Colorado campus and was also often hung in and around the St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic Center, where he would collect his mail and hang out with other vagrants in the parking lot. The university campus is less than a mile from the Ramsey home, while St. Thomas Aquinas is a mere 13 houses away. A long alleyway running behind the church also extends to the Ramsey's home, meaning someone could move between the two properties easily and potentially undetected. JonBenét's bedroom window would have also been visible from the alley. She and her older brother Burke were known to ride their bicycles down the concealed pathway. Bell believes Oliver may have crossed paths with JonBenet weeks or months before her death. Developed an obsession with the young girl and stalked and surveilled her family, potentially even breaking into the Ramsey's home on numerous occasions. In addition to what Bell calls Oliver's alarming proximity to the crime scene is a phone call he received from him on December 27th, just hours after JonBenét's lifeless body was found. A distressed Oliver told him through a frantic and sharp exhales of breath, "I hurt a little girl." Vale pried for more information, but Oliver abruptly hung up the phone. The next morning, after reading about the death of a 6-year-old girl in Boulder, Vale immediately contacted police to inform them of Oliver's call. However, the tip wasn't immediately followed up, and Vale wouldn't be contacted by authorities until 2002. Affirming his belief that Oliver was some way involved in what happened to JonBenet, Vale said, "I wouldn't be talking about this right now if I hadn't got the phone call." I really feel that Gary did this. Legendary Colorado detective Lou Smith, who came out of retirement to catch the Ramsey culprit, was the first to name Oliver a potential suspect in the case. Then why didn't they follow up through with it if they named him a potential suspect? Oh, goodness gracious, guys. Oliver was previously charged in Oregon for sexually assaulting a 7-year-old girl in 1990 and for attempting to strangle his mother to death with a telephone cord the following year. During his investigation into the violent offender, Smith discovered that Oliver had attended a candlelight vigil for JonBenet to the 1-year anniversary of her death, which was held at Pearl Street Mall. Images of Oliver were captured showing him paying his respects in the front row, holding a large folder under his arm that appeared to be sealed with a strip of black duct tape. It's unclear what the folder contained and if it was ever recovered. Almost exactly 3 years later, Oliver would be arrested on the University of Colorado campus on December 12, 2000, and charged with criminal trespass, drug possession, and possession of a weapon by prior criminal offender. All right, babe, that's in, never mind. All right, now what I'm going to show you is his arrest record. Let me get that up there. Rebecca sent that to me. Becca, while I'm looking for that, go ahead and talk, honey.
Yeah, I think like Rocket Queen said, she said, hold on, let me go back in in the chat because I'm trying to pay attention to everybody. I don't want to miss anybody. Hi to everybody. If we did not say hi to you, hello everybody. Thank you guys so much for being in here. Hit the like wherever you are at. Hit the subscribe. Hit the share. Hello everybody. Thank you guys so much for being in here. Rocket Queen said, I think he's a wacko and fantasizes that he did it. And I said, because he was obsessed with her. He stated that he was obsessed with her. I even wrote a note and it says, Gary Olivia or whatever, having an obsession with John Benet. 19 years later, they're just now saying this. 19 years. That's a long time, guys. That's a long time. He claims killing her, or unaliving her, I'm sorry. He claims unaliving her by accident. He's a convicted SOA. And he has confession letters. I personally always thought, this is just my person, I was born in 86, it happened in 96, I was 10 years old. I was 4 days from being 10 years old. I always thought that it was her mom. That's just my personal opinion. And the only reason that I personally thought that it was her mom is because the way that she kind of treated her, if that makes sense. Because she was a pageant mom, so she was real hard on her and stuff like that. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But it's, she was just 6 years old. She was just a little baby.
I'm gonna bring this up and I'm gonna let you read it because you can read that better than I can.
All right, guys. What is this thing called again? I can't remember. Scroll to the top of it, babe. Okay, this is the state of Colorado, county of Boulder. County District Court, Boulder County, Colorado, criminal action number, which is, y'all see what it is. Warrant for arrest upon affidavit before the Honorable Thomas F. I cannot read the last name, but that's the judge. It starts with an M. It says, the people of the state of Colorado, any person authorized to law execute a warrant arrest. It says, you are hereby commanded to arrest the person of Gary Howard Olivia. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. Date of birth is 1/7/1964. Height 5'9", weight 190. ID, it says alias, C, whatever that is. Hair brown, eyes brown. Race, sex, white male. Social security number is on file. And then date of birth is 8/6/1964. Offense date is 4/10/2006. And it says, the person above named without unnecessary delay before the nearest judge of the court of records to be advised that the person is being held for alleged commission of the following crimes. First charge was Lord have mercy, guys. Criminal attempt, sexual exploitation of a child. Classification F4. Second charge is criminal attempt, sexual exploitation of a child. It says distributes. I don't know what that means, but F4. And then charge 3 is sexual exploitation of a child, possession more than 20 images. That this warrant for arrest is issued upon affidavit sworn to and affirmed before this court and relating facts sufficient to establish, hold on 1 minute, probable cause that the above named offense has been committed, and probable cause that the person named in this warrant committed that offense. Bail set at no bond with condition. NCO, any persons under 15 years of age until seen by a judicial officer. No internet usage. 6/16 of 16, and then it's got the judge's signature. All right.
Hold on a minute. The NCO is no contact order, is what that was. No contact order. Any person under the age of 15. There was, and up here where it says the charges, criminal attempt, sexual exploitation of a child, distributes means he was trying to send pictures through email or whatever, or hand them out, or have it distributes. Hello, TD Dean. How are you? All right, babe. I'm gonna scroll up so you can read the rest. Right here's the affidavit. This is what the cop wrote.
Can somebody, can one of our mods put trigger warning, please? Because certain things I'm just gonna put like initial certain things, but if y'all can read it, just kind of put yes, trigger warning, just in case. Okay, this is what I guess you could say he was charged with, or they were charging him with. Yes, trigger warning, please. It says the affidavit hereafter referred to as I, Detective Weisenbach, is a duly commissioned police officer for the city of Boulder, located in the county of Boulder, state of Colorado, being in duty sworn, deposes and states the affidavit is currently assigned to the detective section of Boulder Police Department and investigates crimes occurring within the city of Boulder, county of Boulder, state of Colorado. The Associated Boulder Police Department case number, and y'all see what that is, I am assigned to investigate family crimes cases that occur in the city of Boulder, Colorado. I'm also assigned to investigate internet crimes against children, ICAC cases, as a part of ICAC Task Force. On June 9, 2016, I became aware of the cyber tip sent to Colorado ICAC Task Force from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, NCMEC. The cyber tip has been reported to NCMEC from the company Google Inc. and indicated that possible child... Oh, hold on a minute, guys. There we go. That possible child, I'm not going to say that word, but y'all can see it. What in the world? Hold on a minute, guys. Hold on a minute. Where am I at? Up a little bit. Okay, there it is. Right there. Possible child P had been uploaded onto Google email by one of their users. Preliminary information indicated that the information was uploaded from various IP addresses located in Boulder, Colorado. On June 9, 2016, at approximately 8 a.m., I was able to download two different NCMEC cyber tips, and that's the two numbers. Upon reviewing the tips, I learned the following according to the cyber tip. On April, and that's the number, on April 10th, 2016, at approximately 17:55:05 UTC, which is at 10:55 a.m. MDT, the email user, which that's his email, attached two documents media of specific child P, an email in his Gmail account. I was not known if the email was sent or not. The user had logged into his IP address on April the 10th, 2016, at approximately 16:11:48 UTC, which is 9:11:48 a.m. T. Both files uploaded were titled, looks like 1T.jpg, and was the same group of images made into the photo collage single image. The collage contained 6 different images of child P in a way that appeared to be a sequence of events. The photographs depict a prepubescent girl whose age I would estimate to be between 4 and 7 years old. The photographs start with her exposing her and move to her naked in a explicit position. The other 4 photographs include the same girl and an adult male whose face is not seen but whose is exposed. The depict first the male next to the girl holding onto her while they were both, then show the girl performing on the male. The last 2 pictures depict the male, the young girl with his, okay, come on, scrolling down, babe. Trigger warning, please, guys, trigger warning. Alright, the end, hold on 1 minute. Okay, according to Cyber Tip, and that's the number, on April the 10th, 2016, at approximately 17:55 UTC, 10:55 AM MDT, the email used, which that's his email, attached 10 documents media of suspected child P to an email in his Gmail account. It is not known whether these emails were sent or not. Similarly to the tip above, the user had logged into IP address on April 10th, 2016, at approximately 16:11:48 UTC, which is 9:11:48 AM MDT. I reviewed these files and found that 6 of the files uploaded were each comprised of a collage of different images of child P. 4 of the files contained a single image of child P. In total, there were 22 separate explicit images containing 10 files uploaded. All of the children depicted in these images are I can't hardly see, and appear to be under 10 years of age. 8 of all the images are of naked female children posted in explicit ways to show the other 14 images depict young I'll just say young children engaged in acts either with each other or with males. The NCMEC Cyber Tip also provided me with a list of 63 additional times that user logged into his or her account starting on March 14, 2016 at 17:05:39 UTC, which is 10:05:35 MDT. The majority of the logins were using the same IP address. The additional IP addresses that the user used to log into the account included on 4 different occasions spanning 2 dates, which was used on 1 occasion. The only other date and IP addresses provided was when the account was registered in 2009. I verified the IP addresses used in 2016. Geolocate to Boulder, Colorado. It says upon, hold on, wait a minute. Scroll up just a little bit more, babe. Okay, right there. Upon receiving this case, I did some searches for the name Gary Oliva. Using various police databases, I identified a subject, Gary Howard Olivia, hereafter referred to as Olivia, who is known to live in Boulder. Upon the further investigation, I learned that Olivia is a registered SO with the original charge of first-degree SA out of Oregon. According to the report from Oregon, police received a report of possible SA on a child 9/25/1990. The 7-year-old victim reported that Olivia, who was a neighbor of the victim, had her on the butt and her area on 3 different occasions while he showered her. During his interview, Olivia did admit to babysitting the girl. Olivia said he would often lock himself in the bathroom with her, and admitted to touch, but denied showering with her or touching her on the you know what. Further, the victims had a physical examination done, and it was found that the H of the girl was gone, indicated frequent pee. Ultimately, Olivia was convicted of SA. 1 charge. Olivia did not display any remorse for what he did, but admitted to having a problem with young girls. He later admitted to having a SA to girls around the age of 8 or 9 years old. I found that Olivia had been registering in Boulder, Colorado, on and off since 2000. A routine criminal history showed that Olivia had been arrested multiple times in Colorado for charges including possession of a weapon by a previous offender, drug charges, false reporting, trespassing, fugitive from justice, other jurisdiction, illegal camping, second-degree assault, obstructing police, and multiple charges of probation violation relating to his SA status, and also failure to register. Olivia is currently homeless and self-reports that he is staying in the city of Boulder. He's last registered with Boulder Police Department on 6/1/16. Upon looking further at Olivia's SA registration paperwork, I observed that as of 7/8/2015, he self-reported that his email address is that. I attempted to send Olivia an email at his address, but found that Google has since disabled the account. Olivia is not due to register again with the Boulder Police Department until 7/6/16. I spoke with Officer Aaron Starks, who is assigned to patrol the downtown area of Boulder and has a lot of contact with the local translucent population. Officer Starks viewed the recent photograph of Olivia and stated that he believes he just recently saw Olivia at the Boulder Public Library. I sent an email to a Boulder Public Library IT staff to ask what the designated IP address is for the Boulder Public Library. I'm also aware the library usually keeps logs of people using their computers and the internet. On June 9th, 2006, at approximately 3:17 p.m., I heard back from the Boulder Public Library staff who confirmed that none of the listed IP addresses associated with the case belonged to the Boulder Public Library. On June 13th, 2016, I contacted Detective Jeremy, it looks like Shavin, with the Boulder County Sheriff's Office Computer Laboratory. I asked Detective Shavin about the IP address since it was associated with Boulder County government. Detective Shavin was able to determine this IP address is associated with the guest Wi-Fi that is available without a password in any Boulder County building, such as the Sheriff's Department, Department of Housing and Human Services, or the Justice Center. I completed an affidavit search warrant for a Comcast IP address. A Boulder District Court judge signed the warrant. I faxed it to Comcast the same day. On June 14th, 2016, at approximately 2:30 p.m., I received a fax response from Comcast. According to the records, that IP address was both dynamically and statistically assigned to the outsource locally, which is a company located at, I checked the map and found that this location is very similar to a location that Olivia pointed out on the map on 10/21/15 as to where he had been staying when he registered with the Boulder Police Department. His subsequent self-verification lists as same or BOHO warming centers for single-digit weather. Okay. It says on June 14th, 2016 at 2:45 p.m. I called outsourced locally. The receptionist told me that their company's internal wireless internet and password protected, but their exterior wireless internet is not. I believe that the sufficient probable cause exists to believe that Gary Howard Olivia, with the date of birth of 1/7/1964, and is further described as a white male who further described as 5'9" tall, 190 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes, with social security number blank, committed the crimes of 2 count of criminal attempt, sexual exploitation of child, distributes as outlined in, and sexual exploitation of a child, possession of more than 20 images as outlined in. I respectfully request that a warrant is issued for Gary Howard Olivia, with date of birth 1/7/1964, and is further described as white male, who is 5'9" tall, 190 pounds, with brown hair, brown eyes, with social, committed the crimes of 2 count of criminal attempt, sexual exploitation of a child, distributes a class 4 felony, and sexual exploitation of a child, possession of more than 20 images, a class 4 felony. That was the offendant swore to before me and subscribed to any presence this 16th day of June 2016 in the city of Boulder County, or city of Boulder, county of Boulder, and state of Colorado. And there you go. And that's what I found on the internet, guys. I was like, ooh, I'm going to send that to Rebel.
All right, babe, find me that thing that showed his release date. I don't know where, I can't remember where I found it.
You come up on camera and you're going to have to give me a minute. Let's see.
And I've been sitting here talking to y'all the whole time. Muted. Ain't that crazy? What I was saying is, yeah, I know, Sunshine, thank you. I just now seen that. Becca's trying to find when he's getting ready to get out. And if they don't try this man and find him guilty of this, wait till you see when he's to get out of a 10-year sentence. All right? Now, 2 different cases, 2 different people. Okay? The Summer Wells case, this guy was convicted of 2 counts and sentenced to 20 years and only doing 1 year, and is already out with an ankle monitor. This gentleman, convicted of less than what that guy was. Well, no, he's probably convicted more. So I'll rephrase that. Convicted more, but got less time, but served more time. He got 10 years, and so far has served 7 or 8. that's not weighing out too good on the judicial system. But that's two different stories, two different outcomes. But just as soon as Becca finds this, I want y'all to see this. And I thought I had it. I really did. I know I don't though. Let me see if I got it saved here. I may have.
Babe, pull it up on the
Yeah.
screen.
Okay, she found it. All right. All right. All right, here. You'll have to move it and read. You'll have to move it and read it because I can't move yours. Go ahead, baby. Unmute.
Okay, it says Olivia Gary H, age 59, white male, brown, eye color hazel. Says 5'7", 182. This is his DOC number. Estimate parole eligibility date is 3/23/2019, which is already passed. Next parole hearing date is September 23. This offender is scheduled on the parole board agenda for the month and a year above. Please contact the facility case manager for the exact date. Estimated mandatory release date, which is 3/23/2024. Estimated sentence discharge date, it doesn't have one. Current facility assignment is Arkansas Valley Correctional Facility. This is the sentence date, which is 5/19/2017. 5/19/2017. This is the sentence, 10 years. 10 years, 4 years, 4 years is his Boulder County, and these are his case numbers. And this is what he looks like, guys. And this is Colorado Department of Corrections, but he is located in Arkansas Valley Correctional Facility.
Which is still considered Colorado. But his estimated mandatory release date, March 23rd of next year, for a 14-year sentence. I'm sorry, a 14-year sentence. I was wrong about that. For a 14-year sentence. Hello, Strike Force. 14-year sentence.
Hey, everybody.
Now, he's going to get out unless they try, convict, and sentence him. He's going to get out and get away with that. Now, he will have to register, but are they going to let him out? I don't think they should let him out. I think they should, since he's already in, he's already confessed in some letters from the jail, from the prison, they need to really, really dig deep into this man. Just my opinion, they need to dig as deep as they can into this gentleman. Just my opinion. I may be wrong. But guys, come on. This dude has done all this. All right. He's been saying this ever since the night this happened. Excuse me. But nobody else has said, I've done this. Now, what people in their right mind And this is, I seen BH say that he thinks maybe that the the family may have paid a derelict to admit to this. Come on, guys. And now this is just my opinion, though, and I love everybody's opinion in here, so I'm not putting down nobody's opinion, but I'm just saying in mine. But why would anybody take money to admit to a crime that's going to put you in jail for the rest of your life? They thought the mom done it. They thought the dad done it. They even thought the brother done it. Supposedly there is DNA under John Bonet's fingernails. I've only heard that once, and that was years ago. But if there's DNA under her fingernails, why ain't y'all matching? I know back then it was hard to do, but come on, guy. You're sending people to jail now for less than that. Well, we got spit on the sidewalk. Okay, you got spit on the sidewalk. Well, that's the only spit we seen. Jesus Christ, guys. If they got DNA under some little girl's fingernail, go get that motherfucker. No matter if it is her dad, her mom, her brother, or this Oliva. And some case, this is the gospel truth. I've heard some cases go on people's hearsay. This guy heard that this guy got a confession from this other gentleman, yet y'all are just looking into it. But now some say, well, he told me he had the gun. Or he told me he walked by the house that night. Guilty. He's automatically guilty. Straighten up the judicial system and start putting away the right criminals. What's the longest you ever heard? Tell me the longest y'all have ever heard of somebody being in prison and then finding out they were innocent.
Good night, Kristen. Love you, honey.
Can anybody tell me what the longest they've heard? Talk to him while I find this video, honey. I'll mute.
I just think it's ridiculous. I really do. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's really sad. Like I said, justice for John Bonet. This is a long time, and you know, like, well, I don't know how they're going to, like, I'm not trying to be graphic or nothing, but if they have to haven't they already dug her up once? I mean, I'm not really for sure, but haven't they already dug her up once to get DNA to try to figure out who did it? Are they going to have to do it again? I mean, it's been a long time, guys. How would they do that? I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to be graphic. I'm just saying, how would they do that? I don't know how this is going to work unless. I really don't know. I just think. I mean, I'm hoping that he's not just saying that. I mean, I'm hoping that maybe his conscience has finally got to him and he's like, okay, well, I did it, but why, if by chance he did do it, why has it took him this long to come forth and say something, if he did do it? I mean, he's stating that he did do it. But, you know, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. So, allegedly, He's saying, I mean, the way we're saying is allegedly, but like, why, if by chance he did do it, and he's stating that he did, that it was an accident, but if he did, why has it took him this long to come forth? That is a long time, guys. That is a long time to come up and say something. She was 6 years old, an innocent baby girl. One day after Christmas, one day. It's crazy.
All right, I found it. All right, guys. So I'm going to show you this. Now, just watch, okay? All right. And we'll talk about it as it goes through.
We're now in the El Paso County Courthouse in El Paso, Texas.
All rise.
Please be seated. The record should reflect the attorneys for the state, the attorneys for the accused are present in the courtroom.
Now let me throw this in first. This guy's been in prison ever since he was 15 or 16. And has always said he was innocent. But now listen, he's 30-some years now, but just listen to the story.
The man you see here is 41-year-old Daniel Villegas. He was of killing 2 teens in 1993 when he was just 16. At that time, without an attorney or his parents present, Villegas says he was coerced by an El Paso detective into confessing to the murders.
Now, guys, they don't coerce you into confessions. Bullshit. This guy just told the truth about it.
Despite recanting the confession hours later, it became a key piece of evidence to the prosecution.
Are present in the courtroom. The court has received a message from the jury indicating that they've reached the verdict.
Villegas has been on trial 3 separate times for this crime.
3 separate
He
times.
maintained his innocence throughout.
Let's bring the jury in.
His first trial in 1994 ended in a mistrial due to a hung jury. A 1995 retrial ended with a conviction for capital murder, and Villegas was sentenced to life in prison. After spending 18 years in prison, that verdict was thrown out in 2013 because of ineffective assistance of counsel. Villegas was released in January of 2014 and has remained out on bond as he awaited a 3rd trial. During that time, he fathered 2 children. Though the prosecution continued to insist on his guilt, there was no DNA, no firearm, and no forensic evidence presented.
Do you hear that? No DNA, no firearm, and they convicted this man without all of that. Oh, mind the monsters, I know. Trust me, I know. They coerce every chance that they get just to get paid. Just to put that body in a cage. Because they get paid, whether they like to tell it or not, they get paid for that person being in that cage.
Linking Villegas to the shooting.
If the defendant will please stand.
All right, guys. Now this is going to show you. Just listen to me. If you've never stood in front of a judge for anything more than a traffic ticket, you're not going to feel what this man feels. I stood in front of a judge, and when he sentenced me to 12 years in a federal penitentiary, my legs went to rubber. So when this man hears the outcome of this, just watch his reaction. you will feel what he feels, or I did anyway.
Within moments, he'll find out if he goes home with his family or spends the rest of his life in prison.
Madam Presiding Juror, have you in fact reached a verdict?
He's on trial for the third time for the murder of two teens when he was just 16 years old. Many believe he was wrongfully convicted.
If the defendant will please stand.
Now watch
The
his
last
feeling.
25 years of his life, much of it in prison, has all led up to this moment.
In the District Court of El Paso County, Texas, 409th Judicial District, the State of Texas versus Daniel Villegas, number 94-0D09.
Look at the little girl.
Verdict Form B. We, the jury, find the defendant, Daniel Villegas, not guilty of...
For the first time since he was 16 years old, 25 years ago, Daniel Villegas is a free man.
Mr. Villegas, you have been under many conditions in this court. You are no longer under any conditions in this court. You are free to leave. Good luck to you.
Innocent, guys. See what I mean? 25 years. 25 years that this man had to endure to prove his innocence. Most people would have gave up and just said, fuck it. And I'm not going to say that people that are in prison or in jail aren't guilty. But out of 100%, I guarantee you 40% of them are innocent people. Maybe even 50%. So when you see somebody that says that they're innocent, but you believe in your heart that they're not, maybe they're not innocent. But you can usually read people, guys. You can read. Did you see the look in that guy's eye? That was an innocent man. They had no evidence whatsoever, just the coercion of a cop trying to get his bust, trying to get his credentials up. Again, I'll say this, I'm not downing all cops, but cops like that make the good ones look bad, and the good ones need to step up and say, hey, this is some bullshit. Stop. Exactly, TDD. Y'all need to stop doing this shit. Because it's cops like those that make people mad at them and want to go out there and just berate them, put them down, and make them look like shit also. Guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm nowhere near could be a cop, but if I was, don't think it I wouldn't put my foot down. That's some bullshit. You ain't gonna make me look bad and risk my life. I'm putting my life in your hand. So the shit that you do better reflect on me as a good person. If you arrest somebody, put them in the car. Don't beat them. Don't spit on them. If you got a person on the ground, don't spit on that person. Don't beat that person. if he's got handcuffs on. That may be a man just like you. Just because that you have that badge don't mean that you're God. It just means you put your pants on the same way I do, only you add a little badge to your chest. It's the only difference. So, anything like that could happen to anybody, guys. But you're going to, and I seen, where was that? Let me go back. Where was it? Country Bulldog said, I heard on another channel that they're waiting on a DNA match. So if it turns out to be his, he won't be getting out. They are using the DNA they received from little girl with new technology. They should have done that already when they had him. When they had it, they've already got his DNA. They've already got his DNA. They've got her DNA. They've got the fingernail DNA. Why didn't they match it years ago and put this little child to rest? Because whether the people like it or not, that little child is still not resting peacefully because she was murdered. And this man is still walking free. And people want to, and just my opinion, I don't think that the mom done it. I don't think the dad done it. I don't think the brother done it. And I remember that Mind of Monsters. Her dad has been fighting for 5 years to get that DNA tested. Why? Why do y'all wait? Let me tell you this. A court system will not wait 2 weeks for anything. But they're going to wait 5 years on a big profile case like this. But you get out a guy that smokes weed out here and they find and this happened, I'm just saying because before it was legal here. You go out and you find 2 plants sitting on a guy's property. Away from his house, but it's on his property line. He's automatically guilty. You're not going to search no more because it was on his property. And he tells you, it's not mine. But you're going to convict him anyway because it was on his property. What if this man would have took John Bonet and dropped her, say, at the church where he was staying? Would he have been found guilty then? Yes, he would have. But because she's in the house where the parents and the brother is, well, we're not going to look at him yet. We're going to look at these parents because this happened in the house. You're serious, right? Judges, lawyers, the people that look for this shit, don't worry about a fucking paycheck. Worry about getting that criminal off the street. If it had been maybe one of their daughters and it was him, I guarantee you he would have already been picked up. Yeah, I remember that Mind of Monsters. You can look it up on YouTube. His ain't there no more, but there's a lot of people that kept it. You know, recorded this thing where he was trying to get him to test the DNA for the last 5 years. But guys, now look, like I said, I'm not trying to police. And it sounds like it, I'm doing it all the time. And so if that sounds like it, I'm sorry. I'm just upset that the judicial system and the authority figures out here want to do it by their way. They don't want to follow the Constitution. They don't want to follow the exact rules. They want to do it their way. God. Each person that I just said, cops, judicial people, well, those two I know, when they are sworn in by the Constitution of the United States. That's what they follow. They're not supposed to follow city ordinance, state ordinance. You're supposed to follow the Constitution. It does say in the Constitution, I uphold the Constitution. It don't say I uphold state law. I uphold city ordinance. Guys, I hope that don't make you mad, but if you don't follow the Constitution, to me, you're not American. That's just my opinion, and I'm not trying to be mean toward anybody, but people that abuse the Constitution and the way that people have fought for that and fought for that flag, and you abuse it, you're an asshole to me and you're a dick sucker, and I don't want you around me. I don't mean to make people mad, but I can't stand that. My daddy fought for that flag. My brother fought for that flag. And that flag is under the Constitution. You can say what you want to, but that's just my belief. So, the police didn't do their job. What's up, Redneck Connection? But guys, I'm going to let Becca talk for a little bit, because she's just sitting there looking pretty. Look how pretty she looks. Don't get the big head, damn it. All right, I'm going to let her talk for a little bit and let her throw her 2 cents in, because when we come up on this panel, I'm always the one that talks. So I'm going to let her talk for a little while. All right, go ahead, honey.
Hey everybody, one reason I'm muted so much because when we talk together, it's like it's really freaking loud and echoing, so I have to mute. Plus he knows more of this type of stuff than I do. But let me say hello to a few people coming in. I don't want to be rude. That's why I was waving. I was like, hey. Hello, welcome, Teresa Mills. I've never seen your name before. Rebel might have, but welcome. Hello, Mind of Monsters. Good to see you. Yes, Penny Riddle said she is in her mama's arms. Patsy passed. I think she had cancer or something like that. I think I read about like she had cancer or something like that. She passed away. Let's see. Judges probably have their own dirty little secrets. Absolutely. Unfortunately, they're corrupt too. Not all, some. Good majority. It's very real, brother. You're right. Hello, Redneck Connection. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. God bless America. Exactly right. Hello, TD Dean. Aw, thank you guys. Oh, you're welcome, Miss Teresa. But yeah, I just think this is just messed up. Like I said, I don't know what's going to come up above this. Did he really do it? I mean, he's stating that he did it, but did he actually really do it? And if by chance he did, like I said, right now we're doing allegedly. If he by chance really truly did it, well, one, he's never going to see the light of day, and right now he's in prison. I mean, you know. And two, if he did do it, how are they going to prove that he did it? It's been since 1996, guys. But, okay, Okay, I see what you're doing, Rebel. But 1996, there's been so much change between now and 1996. That's been, what, 27 years ago? They're saying 19 years, but they're calculating it wrong. Since 1996, that's been 20, let's see, I'm almost 37. I was born in 86. So that's been almost 27 years ago. It'll be 27 years December the 26th. Not 19. I mean, they're stating 19 years later. But if you do the math, it happened in 1996. It's be 27 years December 26th of this year. Not 19 years. They're doing the math wrong or something. I don't know what they're doing. But it'll be 27 years, guys. Not 19. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying in that 27-year time frame, a lot of things can happen. I mean, I'm not big on true crime. I mean, like, I'm learning. But, I mean, do the math. It's not calculating right something. And that's almost 2.5, what is it, decades? Because 10 years is a decade. So that's 2.5 decades. In 2.5 decades, they haven't figured out nothing. And, I mean, granted, you could get the, like, what, Oh my God, you just made me feel old. I was born in 72. We love you, Redneck Connection. But I'm just saying, they're stating 19 years. It's been more than 19 years. So in that time frame, there's a lot of stuff, since 1996 till now, there's a lot of stuff like, I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff that's happened, as in DNA samples and whatever they do, as in forensics or whatever they do for cases like this or whatever. There's a lot of different things they can do now that they didn't do back then. So I'm not trying to be graphic or nothing, but what are they going to do? Pull her bones up? I'm not trying to be. I'm just saying, because it's been a long time. So,
They supposedly have DNA at the police station that was found under her fingernails during the autopsy. I'm assuming that's where they got the DNA from. From under her fingernails when she, I guess, scratched. So they still have that, and then they have his DNA where he's already in prison. That's automatic. When you go in prison, they have your blood. Because you have to give them your blood, you have to give them your fingerprints, and everything. They have to take, if you, back in the day, if you're convicted of a felony, as soon as you go in jail, they automatically get your blood. Because it's on CODIS then. CODIS is the one that takes has your blood, your fingernail, your name, your social security, your aliases or whatever. And if you ever go to jail and they have warrants for your arrest anywhere in the country that I know of, I don't think it's worldwide, but I know CODIS is countrywide here. They check CODIS. That's why I said when I was getting ready to get out, make sure all my fines are paid, because if they run my name through CODIS, they might see fines from back in 1986. And they wouldn't let me out. But they supposedly have DNA from her little fingernails. All right, go ahead.
But like you were talking about corruption, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to pull up the We the People thing, but you're talking about corruption, and it's been almost 27 years. They can claim that it's been lost. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Her DNA could have been, well, that's been almost 30 years ago. But I don't know where that's at. I hope not, because we need justice for her. I'm just saying.
They supposedly have a box with her name on it. And it's in a locked room somewhere in the back. And all the evidence that they've gathered, all the interviews that they've done, is supposed to be in these boxes marked John Benet Ramsey and the year and all that.
I'm just saying, because I'm just hoping and praying that nobody's messed with anything. I'm just saying, because there's people that are demented and crazy in the head, and they like messing with evidence, and they're just crazy and they don't care. So what's to say that let's just hope that all the evidence is still there. Let's just hope that. I'm just saying. You've got me watching too much Law and Order and stuff like that to see this crazy junk. I'm just saying. It could happen. I hope not, but it could happen. Oh, Lord. Redneck Connection said, Rebel, you was born in 68. Damn, you old. I was born in 86. He was born in 68. If you flip it around, it's the same year. Oh my gosh, but that's my thoughts. And like I said, I was 10 years old when this happened. Well, December 29th, I would have been 10. And she passed on the 26th. So 3 days later, I would have been 10. But I always thought for a long time, I'd be crazy like a fox. My stripper name was Foxy. Rebel stripper name is Cherry Forever. Oh, Lord. But anyway, I always thought, I never really suspected the dad. I always really thought that it was the mom. I mean, God rest her soul. She's passed away now. But I really thought it was the mom because, John Benet, she was in these pageants and stuff like that. And, the pageant moms, I was in pageants growing up. But, I'm just saying, these pageant moms are always so hard on these baby girls or boys or whatever, because you can have boys or girls in pageants, whatever. I'm just saying these pageant moms are so hard on their kids that and she was kind of so rough on her and kind of like strict on her. A lot of people thought that it was the mom. I was one of them. A lot of people thought that she was one of them and she just kind of covered it up real well, So, God rest her soul. I hate to hear that she passed, but at least, baby girl's with her mom. But I'm just saying, for a long time, I thought that it was her mother, Yeah, I know that, Evie, but I'm just saying a good majority of them are. A good majority. Because my mom was a pageant mom, which I wasn't in every single one, but I was in a lot. But not all pageant moms are like that. But there's a good, especially if they have this. And obviously their house had like 8 bathrooms, and it sold for, like, we was looking it up, and it sold for like $1 million in 2000 or like $2 million or something like that in 2006, and now it's up for sale for $7 million. So the house is huge. So the pageant moms that have this, they're a different type of pageant mom, if that makes sense. So I always thought that she was hard on her. She might not have been, but it seemed to me like that she was. She pushed her too hard, if that makes sense. I was in a pageant too for the special needs. I don't know what Mama Redneck does with you, the Redneck Connection. Lord have mercy. She's probably just like, whatever. Hey, Ons. Hey, honey, how are you?
Hey, Ons.
Oh, Lord. But that's my opinion on the subject. I just hope that they don't tamper with nothing and they can find, and like he was saying, they have the DNA from baby girl, and it matches with him, and then she can get the justice that she needs, because this is a long time. She's already resting, but she can get the justice, if that makes sense. She's already resting. She's already found. She's already, put away. But she can get the justice now. She can get the justice. She can, and whoever did this, since 1996, can get the serve their time or whatever the case may be. I don't know whoever did what they would get. Probably the death penalty. I'm not really for sure. What?
Give all a short summary of what happened.
Okay, well, I wrote it down, so I can give you a short summary of what happened. Gary, Olivia, whatever, had an obsession with John Benet Ramsey. That happened in 1996. And he stated, he's in prison right now, but not for her. But he stated that he had an obsession with her, and that he claims that he unalived her by accident. That's what he stated. So I guess they're going to do go into an investigation or whatever. And I was stating, they're stating it's been 19 years, but that is not correct. He's actually an SA. He he stayed 13 houses down from the residence where it happened, and they stated it's been 19 years. That is incorrect. If you do the math, it was 1996, December the 26th, 1996. December the 26th of this year will be 27 years, not 19. But that's what it is. And he's a registered SA. And he's been registered SA since 1990. So it was before she, she was born in 1990.
He's a registered SO.
SO, I'm sorry. SO, sorry. I don't know how y'all pronounce that, but you, it doesn't say. It does not say, but supposedly he's the one that he's had several pictures. He was really truly obsessed with her. He went to the vigil a year after they had a little vigil for her a year after it happened, and he was there. He was extremely obsessed with this beautiful baby girl. Yes.
And he was a transient, and the way that they show in pictures from back then, they show that there's a break in the basement window, and I'm assuming that's how he would get in, through the basement window, because I know they were looking at that one window. No, he's not convicted yet, but he is in jail right now for two other essays against children and having child porn on his phone. So, and Evie, the reason I'll say this, I think she's asking you, babe, why do you believe Patricia was that type of pageant mom? I'm going to give my opinion, then I'll let you give yours. Because of the way she acted. She was a sweet lady to people at the pageant, but she was pushy. You could see home videos. There's home video that I seen where she was just pushy. She was snobby. She was If it rained, she looked like she would drown. Good night, TD Dean. Thank you for stopping in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up and share us everywhere, and subscribe if you haven't already, sir. Thank you very much for being here. But to me, that's why, because I don't like for kids to do pageants. Why do you want to dress them up as full-grown women? You dress a child up as a full-grown woman, you're going to have deviants and transits and people like this looking at your child as a full-grown woman. Don't dress them as a full-grown woman. Dress them as a child. Don't put all that makeup on their face. To me, that's ridiculous. Becca, look, now that's a full-grown woman sitting right there. But she don't need to put no makeup on whatsoever, because she's beautiful without makeup. My wife does not need to put makeup on. I don't care if she does, but I don't like it myself. She's beautiful without it. So, homeless, redneck. That's what they said in the paper there. But to me, it's homeless because he had his mail delivered to the church. He's already, his DNA is already in CODIS. It's already in CODIS. But I don't see why that you would have to have makeup, and especially put it on a child. Don't get me wrong. She was a beautiful child without the makeup. Putting makeup on them is just making them like, I don't want it to sound weird or stupid or anything, but you put makeup on them, it makes them look like a short, full-grown woman. No, and it can't be good for kids. All right, so babe, you tell Evie what you was talking about the why you think it was the mom or what. Let me put that back up there so I can remember what it was. There you go.
Okay, this is my point of view. Well, I mean, obviously she's not now, but this is my point of view. And I am not a judgmental person at all, so please don't think that I am being a judgmental. This is just how that I see certain people. I am not a judgmental person at all. But she just seemed like she was extremely hard on her. And when you look like at the videos and stuff, you see beautiful JonBenet. She looked like when her mama, kind of told her what to do. I mean, all kids are like that, but when her mama told her to stand over there or do something or dance that way or whatever that she told her to do pageant-wise, like JonBenet, kind of like what, Ghost Devil was saying. It was kind of like it mentally affected her, if that makes sense. Like it was mentally, like she couldn't be a kid per se. Like she lived to be a pageant child, and she could not have an own childhood. Like she was living her mom's dream, if that makes sense. Like maybe her mom couldn't be in a pageant, and so therefore she wanted her baby girl to be all pageant, if that makes sense. And so JonBenet, this is my opinion, guys, but it's like JonBenet couldn't have a 6-year-old childhood. Like she was in I don't know how long she was in pageants, probably a long time. But she couldn't be a 6-year-old child and enjoy a childhood, because that's all she ever known was being a pageant little girl, and she couldn't, play dress up because she was always dressed up. She couldn't, have play makeup or have, toys or anything like that, because she always had pageant dresses and she always had big hair, and she, like that, like it could have messed with her mentally. And so that's what I'm thinking. I mean, for a long time I thought that her mama was, because it seemed to me like that she was turning her into something that John Bonet did not want to be. Like, it was turning her into something that she always wanted to be, but she was turning her daughter into something she always wanted to be, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. Like say, for example, well, her mama might have been in pageants, or her mama didn't get to go in pageants, and so therefore she had a little girl, and she's like, well, this is what my daughter's going to do, whether she likes it or not, if that makes sense. And that's just how I felt for a long time. I don't feel that way now, but growing up, I was like, oh my gosh, that mom seems so cruel to her, like she can't be a kid, I mean, that's how I looked at it, because she seemed so hard on her. Yeah, exactly, trying to live out her dream through her daughter. It was like her daughter couldn't be a kid. Couldn't do what a 6-year-old does. All they want to do is play and go outside and just be a kid. I mean, that's just how I felt about it, I mean, you didn't see her, playing around much and laughing and playing with other kids. You've seen her just, every time you've seen her, she was dressed up. She had the big hair. She had the makeup. She was constantly doing what her mama told her to do, which was pageants. And you know what I mean? I just don't, that's the way I see it, is she couldn't really be a kid. She didn't really get to enjoy the little bit of childhood that she had. Which, she was only 6. She was just a baby. But she didn't get to really enjoy it. And unfortunately, her life got took very early because of some evil, or an evil person, or persons, whatever the case may be. And she did not get to enjoy being a child. And that's what I meant by that, guys. That's what I meant by that. Hello, 9. Hi, Sean.
Guys, let me say this. I haven't till just now. Hey, Sean. Hey, Don't Dive. Hey, Shanny B. I seen you earlier, but I just now, when Rocket Queen put your name in there. And Ghost Devil, my brother from another mother down under. What's up? But now, what I was talking about a while ago, guys, and Evie just now said it. She was trying to live out her dream through her daughter. That's fine. But let your daughter live her dream out. What if your kid or your daughter, okay, we'll go with daughter. What if your daughter just wants to go out and play in the mud? Go out and step in mud puddles. Wear t-shirts and shorts and or jeans or whatever, and just go roll around just like a boy and be a tomboy. Let her do it. If she wants to wear that stuff, that's fine. But to an extent, don't do the Tammy Faye Baker on your daughter. That's ridiculous. You don't need to Tammy Faye Baker your daughter's face up to make her look beautiful. When my daughter was born, she didn't need no makeup. She was gorgeous. She still is gorgeous. Mean, but gorgeous. She's going to be a knockout. She don't need that makeup. She can wear it if she wants to a certain extent. She's not going to put that shit on where she walks out the door and the mascara rubs on the side of the wall. No, fuck all that. My kids ain't going to go through it. Becca may love beauty pageants, but Trendy's not going to go through that. Becca didn't want to do it, I don't think. You did want to do it? Yeah. Exactly. Don't Dive said, but all that bling bling and dress up could be dangerous. No, could be dangerous to them because of the predators. But I see what you're saying. Let the kids be kids. Ghost Devil said, no way is anyone putting my daughter through that shit. These kids go through in these beauty pageants. How many of these kids even want to do? Exactly. If Trinity wanted to do it, she could do it. But guarantee you, old dad is going to be standing backstage with some equalizers. Come from my daughter. You ain't going to make it. And if I don't get you, she got a little brother in there. And if we don't get you, all I got to do is make a phone call. I'll make a phone call and there'll be 75 to 100 rolling machines pull up in front of my house. And I'll send them all out. I'll say, look, especially to the vice president, I'll say, look, your little niece is missing. Let's go get her. Try me. But don't put your kids through that. This kid never got to see middle school. She never got to really make friends except for the ones that's in the... Hey, thank you, Ghost Devil. Fuck around and find out. She never got to really make friends except for the ones at the pageant. Well, mine don't have short hair, but mine's the same way, redneck. Mine wears t-shirts are short. Her hair's about right here. And sooner punch you in the mouth than anything. Plus, all I gotta do is say, Ghost Devil, come your ass over to America. And I'll have him stop by and pick up Juzzy. Juzzy, come over here. Him and Juzzy, shit, I have two Aussies.
And don't forget Rocket Queen and Mama Digger.
I'd have all y'all. But Ghost Devil said them Aussies are crazy folk. But guys, I'm just saying, don't put your kid through that. Let your kid be your kid. Now this father is sitting there with his son. And I'm assuming the son's a little bit older now. You just want to go to bars when you got over here, Rocket Queen. But he's sitting there and he don't have his daughter. He don't have his wife. And this man has went through immortal hell because his daughter's not with him. And anybody that's had kids knows. I've had two boys. Trinity's my only daughter. But when you look at your daughter, it's a whole different protection that you feel. Because you know your son is going to be able to protect himself. But Trinity can protect herself to a certain extent, but Daddy don't want her to. That's Daddy's job. That's Daddy's job to protect his son. But his son, it sounds weird, but that's my girl. Come for her, and you might as well call God and tell him you're on your way, because I'm going to set up the meeting. But just let your kids be kids, guys. Seriously. The makeup, that's stupid shit. The makeup is just stupid. Now, if you want to wear makeup, ladies, please do so. If you're doing it to make your husband think that you're beautiful, forget that shit. Becca used to wear makeup a little bit, not much. But she tried to wear makeup, and I told her, I said, honey, you don't have to do that. You're beautiful without it. Do I not tell you that? She does not have to wear makeup whatsoever. I think women are beautiful without it. Their own beauty. If you want to wear makeup, that's fine. That's your choice. I don't want to say that I stopped Becca, but I don't think she needs it. She's got her own beautiful essence. My daughter has her own beautiful essence. They have a sparkle about them. They don't need it. So don't put it on your younger kids, and don't make them go up on stage and be something they're not. That is not you out on that stage. That is your daughter. Like Evie said, quit living your life through your daughter as a pageant. Look like a hooker with it. I'll say this. My daughter, our daughter, I keep saying my daughter, but it's protected, but my daughter looks exactly like that right there. So there's no need for makeup. You're beautiful without it. If you want to wear some makeup, Trendy, go ahead. Just don't Crayola your face. Don't fucking Tammy Faye Baker your face. You don't need it. Look, in the Bible it said, and I'm not preaching, so don't think it, but in the Bible it said you're made in God's image. So you're very beautiful. Tyler's very handsome. Not because he looks like me, but that's one of the reasons. But he's made in God's image. Trendy's made in God's image. And James is made in God's image. My oldest son is made in God's image. My adopted son is made in God's image. My oldest son and Tyler, identical to me. They are they not? Hunter looks like me when I was his age. Tyler looks like me when I was 12. Just let your kids be kids. Don't look like Ani Rocket. Now, okay, Rocket, you wear makeup, right? And that's okay. But that's not for my daughter. And it's not for Trendy. They don't need it. You don't need it, Rocket. You're probably a very beautiful woman without makeup. It's your choice that you wear the makeup, though. It's your choice, and I understand that. So, I'm going to let Becca talk a little bit more, and I'm going to smoke a cigarette. And you talk, Becca. You give them... Y'all talk about whatever now. I'm on mute. And then we'll talk about tomorrow on Tattooed Rebel. You don't want to miss it. Right, Rocket, because you want to. But you don't have the Tammy Faye Baker look. And does anybody know what I mean by the Tammy Faye Baker look? All right. On here, that's going to kill everything. But you wear it because you want to. But you don't need it, is what I'm saying. And that's fine. But you don't look like... And... Sorry about that, guys. Babe, click that link again. Come back.
Can you hear me?
Stay right there. I'm on mute. Go ahead. What are you doing? You're in here
Pull
twice.
that up. They want to see what she looks like.
Who?
Tammy Faye Baker. And that's Tammy Faye Baker, guys.
Go ahead, huh?
That's a lot of makeup, guys. A lot. That's who Tammy Faye Baker is. A bunch. Now y'all can see. All right. All right. So this one cracked me up. Hold on, wait a minute. Redneck Connection, you about had me rolling out of my seat. Hold on, wait a minute. I don't know if Rebel's seen this or not. He said when he's talking about his daughter. When she was 16, a man walked up on her like he was going to hurt her. So she took off her shoe. She took off her shoe and slapped him upside the head, and he walked away. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh. But she didn't mess with her no more. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. I'm reading the chat, guys.
Who got Botex and she'd look fine without it? Evie. If you're talking about Tammy Faye Baker, no, she got Crayola and DuPont. She tried to make herself look better when she became famous with her husband, Jim. And then they got caught up in all that stuff. Tammy Faye Baker, she didn't look good with that makeup like that. That is ridiculous. She, don't take this the wrong way. She may have been a Christian. She's gone, but she did not need that makeup. I don't know if she got Botox. If she did, that's on her. But she didn't need all that makeup. She had more colors on her than a Crayola crayon box. You talking about looking fine without the makeup? That's what I'm saying. She don't all that makeup. Makeup is not what makes a person. A person's heart, soul, is what makes a person. If you're a good person, that's what makes you. Not no damn 2.5 hour facial reconstruction with makeup and crayons. I'm sorry, guys. That's ridiculous.
Well, I'm still here, guys. I think his computer's going wonky again. He'll be back. Can y'all still hear me? Color by number makeup. Yeah, pretty much. That's a lot of freaking makeup, guys. If I wear makeup, it is extremely light. Like, it's really natural. Like, just eyes. That's it, really.
They're going to fix this damn internet or we're taking it back out. All right, guys, I'm going to let Becca say her good nights and everything. And then we're going to click off here because I think we got a storm coming in. That may be what's doing it. I don't know, but I am going to call the internet company. And they're going to fix this. So I'll let Becca say her goodbye or good nights or see yous. And then I'll do mine.
Thank you guys so much for coming, whether you're on Rebels or the Tattoo Couples. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe if y'all haven't done so. Also, well, actually, it's already, we forgot to tell them. I just got here, don't leave me. We forgot to tell them tomorrow night is the White Trash Family Bonfire. If y'all haven't subbed up to that, please sub up to that. And it's actually too late to put in a request, so hopefully everybody put in their request. It's tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, where we play all kinds of requests, and I dance and we just listen to music and kick back, and then I go live afterwards at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. We have karaoke, open panel, we sing, we dance, all that stuff. So thank you guys so much for coming. If y'all haven't, like I said, if y'all haven't subbed up to the Tattoo Couple, go over there. If y'all are on Rebels, go over to Tattoo Couple and sub up. If you're on Tattoo Couple and you haven't subbed up to Rebels, go over to Rebels and sub up. And Truth Seeker put the White Trash Family in the chat.
Which is where we'll be tomorrow night.
Well, I can't click on it, but do you do a fire dance? Well, I'll do. Woo woo. But yeah, everybody is welcome. So y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you guys so much for coming over here. Just hit the like, share, and subscribe wherever y'all are at. And thank you guys so much for coming. We love you guys, and y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you guys again. Remember, we love you guys over here at the Angel and Rebel, Tattooed Angel and Rebel. And y'all are always Tattooed Angel and Rebel family. We love you guys, and y'all have a wonderful night. See you guys later, and here's Rebel. Love y'all.
All right, guys, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for everything that y'all do for us. If it wasn't for the people that come in here, we wouldn't be doing this. We'd just be sitting up here talking to ourselves, which is fine too, as long as we don't answer ourselves. If we answer ourselves, then I'm calling a paddy wagon on Becca. But I love each and every one of you, and I do have a Pinterest page now. I'm just now learning how to work at, but that's the link to my Pinterest page if you want to go follow. Also, tomorrow at 3 p.m., I'm doing a live, and it has to do with Summer Wells. Excuse me. So go check that out at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Go over and check it out and look what I said in the caption and all that. You're welcome, Redneck Connection. Thank you for being here. And don't forget to come back, brother. But don't forget to check me out tomorrow on Tattooed Rebel. Y'all might find it interesting. And I might get to say I was right. When I get some more feet worked on. See you when I'm looking at you. You better look at me tomorrow, Ghost Devil. But thank y'all for coming in. And I always do this. It's not required. Where's my... There it is. But if y'all would like to, you can support the page right here with either my Cash App or Angel's Cash App. It's not required. The only requirement is y'all come in here, have a good time, have some fun with us, and listen to the stories that we talk about. And don't forget to thumb it up, share it up, and hit that subscribe on Tattooed Rebel, on Tattooed Couple, on Tattooed Angel, and the White Trash Family. The bonfire is going to be awesome tomorrow. And I'm also coming up with something in the future that will be good for the kiddos for Christmas. It'll go from probably the 1st of October to the end of November. If y'all would be interested in it. I'll talk more about it later, but hopefully y'all like it. Thank you, brother. And there's another tattoo auction coming up if y'all might be interested in that. I'm going to start that this coming Monday, or this coming Sunday night. I'll start it. I'll tell y'all about it, and it'll start the following Monday, okay? So, y'all have a good night. We love you. If it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be here. So, y'all be good. Stay safe. See you tomorrow at 3 p.m. on Tattooed Rebel. Hope you enjoy the show tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the show tonight. And everything that we say up here are just our opinions. None of this is fact. It's just our opinions. Okay, guys? So, you can't go out there and say, well, look, Rebel said this and Rebel said that and Tattooed Angel said this. It's just opinions. Everybody has opinions. You know, my dad always said, everybody has opinions. They're just like assholes. Everybody's got one. Sometimes they may stink. And don't forget to show Ghost Devil some love, because if it wasn't for Ghost Devil, we wouldn't have all these good things. The intro, the outro on all of our channels. The borders, the backgrounds, the pictures, the avatars like this. So y'all give Ghost Devil some love, and we will see you tomorrow. Tattooed Rebel at 3 p.m. The bonfire at 7 p.m. No work this weekend. Keen for the bonfire. Oh, well, don't miss it. 7 p.m. for the bonfire, 3 p.m. from Tattooed Rebel about Summer Wells. So thank you, each person here. We love you. We'll see you very, very soon. We don't say bye over here. We just say see you. So see you. Have a good night. We love you. And we will see y'all tomorrow.
DIDNT.